Let's turn now to tonight's special report. On Thursday, a committee in the ACT is expected to report back on the proposal to legalise marijuana in the territory. It would be a first for Australia, but the recreational use of the drug is already legal in many other places around the world. Canada legalised recreational use of cannabis in full at the end of last year. Uruguay became the first country in the world to make the move back in 2013. And while its neighbours, like Argentina, Belize and Jamaica, followed suit shortly afterwards. In the US, there are different rules in different states. For half a decade now, Colorado has had legal weed, but statistics from there show the economic high does come with some downsides. For example, deadly traffic accidents involving drivers on cannabis have risen from 55 to 139, as Australia considers the radical social experiment that's ringing warning bells. Our North America correspondent Connor Duffy travelled to Colorado Springs for this report on the highs and lows of legalisation.
Once the realm of gangsters, this cash crop's gone legit. Los Sueños Farms in central Colorado grow 36,000 plants.
We believe this is probably the largest legal farm here in North America.
Like any farm, the final product is weighed and ready for market. The difference is these buds can fetch $1,500 per kilogram, a price most farmers can only dream of. These barrels of green gold are turbocharging a struggling regional economy.
Now, with this cannabis industry, it's created about 2,500 jobs for the local economy, and it's also created about $58 million in economic impact for associated businesses.
I mean, we're going to trim it like this anyway.
This reefer rush has seen other less lucrative crops abandoned. Manager Ryan Kinnison is a former corn farmer.
Did anyone tell you that you were crazy to be going off and growing pot?
There was some criticism, you know, you've left your roots and it's bad for the community. Now, after 5 years, a lot of those people have accepted or are supportive now.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome to Bud and Breakfast.
Cannabis tourism is exploding too. Bud and Breakfast has plenty of rooms, but the family-run business's real attraction is up the stairs in Cannabis Cove.
So here's the cove.
There's old-fashioned bongs and new potent strains of bud, and even marijuana-infused hand lotions and alcohol.
That's the Canalua right here.
Rachel Lofton says the drugs don't cause problems. They leave the guests sleepy rather than troublesome.
I would say for the most part they're very respectful, and I would rather deal with somebody who's high than drunk.
Revenue is also booming for the state of Colorado. It's already collected $1 billion in marijuana tax, and sales are only accelerating. However, it's coming with costs too. Car crashes involving stone drivers and hospital admissions for mental health are also soaring.
The first spaghetti mess.
Ed and Denise Hill's 24-year-old daughter Amanda was killed by a driver intoxicated with marijuana.
She was a very beautiful young lady, 24 years old. She was a vet tech. She had a love of animals.
Their last moments in hospital with Amanda in a coma were precious.
I was holding her hand and I said, Amanda, we love you. And she squeezed my hand once, and then she squeezed my hand twice to say I love you too.
Denise and Ed Hill are angry, believing marijuana legalisation was rushed and that the rise in hospital admissions for crashes involving stone drivers needs to be addressed. They want more testing and harsher penalties.
I was totally against it for that reason. Just our roads would not be safe. And then look what happened.
We'd be able to get them treated and back out of the emergency department relatively.
Hospital emergency rooms are busier too. Dr. Andrew Monty has seen a 5-fold increase in patients suffering psychiatric harm since legalisation.
You know, bad things can happen when people become psychotic. Here in Colorado, actually, there were several people that jumped off balconies, one man that shot his wife. That's concerning.
Dr. Monty believes pot can be legalised safely in Australia, but it's not without risk, particularly from edible products, which are causing far more mental health problems.
The symptoms are a little bit different as well. So for edible products, actually there are far more acute psychiatric symptoms and more cardiovascular symptoms than with inhaled products.
This emerging industry, though, is growing quickly, whether laws and consumers are ready or not. It's now legal in some form in 33 US states.
This is our 5th year growing here. So, I mean, we have a footprint on how to be successful.
The marijuana industry's here to stay.
Definitely here to stay. The genie is out of the bottle.
Los Sueños Farms is committed to hashing out a green future. Connor Duffy, ABC News, Colorado.